So here we are, 4 months into Pico. So here we are, 4 months in. So here we are, Pico, come here. Come here. So here we are, 4 months into living with the Vitus E-Sommet VRS, and here's a little update to basically explain how I'm getting on, how much Pico's enjoying living with it, and should we do some positives and negatives to the experience so far? That's what we'll do, and we're gonna go for a little bike ride to make the video a bit more interesting. Come on, let's go. Pico, no. No. Oh god. Oh god. You can kind of see a lot of the route that we're riding today. We're going to go along the coastal path, almost down to the sea, and then we're going to come back up and then head along over the hillside there. And then we're going to head over the top back of Mulwinion and then back down into the village. So about a 10-mile loop, I think. Linking North Wales with the national grid. They could have stuck these fuckers underground, couldn't they? Seriously? Don't go over that rock. Back on routes, which is good news. Back on hard ground. Anyway, my god, walk mode is very, very helpful. On the old E8000, E7000, it was pretty weak. It got you out of sticky situations, but to compare it to this is like night and day. So that's another plus. Nice peak. Oh yeah. So just a couple of minutes now left of the ride, and I thought I'd stop with a nice view in the background. Just to summarise the bike really, front to back I thought I'd go. So start off, 29-inch front wheel. Of course we've got the mullet set up on this year's bike. That's something that initially it took me a little while to adjust to. The bike felt a bit sluggish when turning, especially on the techie, twisty stuff, but now I've adjusted to the bike and actually I really like the big front wheel. The RockShox Zeb forks have been excellent. I actually prefer them to the old Fox factory forks, which is saying something. The Shimano XT 4-pot brakes have been excellent. They're actually probably my favourite brakes on an e-bike. Moving up the top, the new cable routing that runs through the headset is a nice little design. It's really tidy. The only issue with it that I found is that, again, like with the old bike, running or trying to adjust the cable routing for the dropper post, it can get a bit stuck, a bit stiff as you're trying to feed it through the frame. Other than that, I really like it. It's tidy. I still think it's probably the right way to go. As we move back down the frame, good design. The internal battery, 630 watt-hour battery, has definitely been a godsend on a few occasions when I've been out on those big rides and just had 1 bar of battery left. Moving to the rear triangle, I've already said how much I like the new linkage design. It's great, it works. Shock, not had a problem with it. Shifting, again, had no issues. I've had to maybe fiddle with the barrel adjuster once or twice when I've dragged the rear mech through a bit of gorse, but generally it's been fine. The rear wheel, it's starting to get a little bit tachoed. I've done some big stuff on this bike, so it's no surprise. And you know, with a rider and a 20+ kilo bike, what do you expect? I think, in all honesty, if you want to keep a straight rear wheel on an e-bike, you'd need to spend a whole lot of money. But I'm going to keep on top of it, keep making sure the spokes are tight, and every once in a while straighten it. What else? Dropper post, again, it's been pretty faultless. I haven't really had to move it around at all, but I've kept the old dropper. Do you know, I've actually got a Shimano, I've actually got a SRAM Axis dropper, and I've just not bothered fitting it, which is saying something about this £100 dropper post, because so far I've not found the need to replace it. Let's finally mention the EP8 motor. Again, it's just worked. I've not had any problems on this bike with the motor, which has been great. Really pleased about that, and I've put quite a lot of miles on it. How many miles have we done? Is that all? There you go. So I've done 715 kilometers so far. It's not that much, but yeah, good bit of distance. And again, like I say, the motor's been faultless, no problems at all. We have actually had quite a dry summer, so maybe that's one of the reasons that I've not had any trouble. I think that all e-bike motors suffer from water ingress, and that tends to be the cause of the majority of problems. So we'll see how it survives through the winter. Oh, and finally, the one thing that I need to mention, and probably my favourite thing about this bike, is the fact that we've got a bottle holder. Being able to have a bottle on the frame and not have to carry anything. Like, rarely do I wear my rucksack. I'm only wearing it today just to keep the camera in and the dog's lead, basically. Anyway, I hope you like this sort of mid-term to long-term review. I'll be doing a full-length, in-depth review at the end of the season, or maybe when I come to replace this bike. Until then, I hope if you are looking for one of these, that they're now back in stock. And if you've got any questions, just put it in the comments below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Cheers.